Good morning, and thank you for joining the Range Resources Corporation Annual Stockholder Meeting. I am Erin McDowell, Corporate Secretary for Range Resources, and I want to welcome you to our annual meeting. Our annual meeting will consist of a short, formal meeting, and if you have questions about the matters addressed at this meeting, please reserve those for the end, and we will do our best to respond during the meeting or follow up with you as needed. For any other questions about the company, our investor relations team is, as always, available to speak to you. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Greg Maxwell, Chairman of the Board.
Thank you, Erin. Good morning and welcome to the 2026 annual meeting of the stockholders of Range Resources Corporation. I'm Greg Maxwell, Chairman of the Board. With us today are my fellow board members, Brenda Klein, Margaret Dorman, Charles Griffey, Chris Kendall, Reggie Spiller, and Dennis Stegner, our President and CEO. Also joining us today is Cameron Darden with our independent auditing firm, Ernst & Young. On behalf of the entire board, I want to thank you for voting your proxy this year, and I assure you that the board carefully considers the results of each year's proxy vote in making decisions about the company. Erin McDowell, who is our corporate secretary, will serve as secretary and record the minutes of this meeting. Erin has also been designated to serve as the inspector of election of this meeting, and she has confirmed that a quorum is present. Erin?
Thanks, Greg. Under the company's bylaws, the board of directors set March 16, 2026 as the record date. Notice of this meeting was sent on March 30th, 2026. There were 235,484,929 shares of common stock outstanding on the record date. On request, we will make available an affidavit related to such notice and a certified list of the company's stockholders as of the record date, compiled by the company's transfer agent. Each outstanding share of common stock is entitled to one vote on the matters presented for a vote at this meeting. If anyone has a proxy for a stockholder or wants to vote at this meeting, please email a copy of your proof of stock ownership and your vote to emcdowell@rangeresources.com at this time. The proposals to be considered at this meeting are as follows. The first item will be the election of 7 directors to serve on the board until the next annual meeting. Since it is an uncontested election, the stockholders will elect directors by a majority of votes as provided by the company's bylaws. The second matter will be to consider and vote on a non-binding proposal regarding executive compensation. The third item is a proposal to ratify the appointment of Ernst & Young as the registered public accounting firm for our 2026 fiscal year. Now turning to the voting results. There are 217,983,195 shares of common stock represented at this meeting, equal to 92.56% of the outstanding common stock of the company. In voting for directors, the vote in favor for is as follows. Brenda Klein, 98.93%. Dennis Stegner, 99.25%. Margaret Dorman, 98.89%. Charles Griffey, 98.72%. Chris Kendall, 98.95%. Greg Maxwell, 99.01%. And Reggie Spiller, 96.52%. In the advisory voting on the executive compensation proposal, it was approved with 98.61% of the votes cast. With approval of 98.28% of the votes cast, Ernst & Young LLP was ratified as the company's registered public accounting firm for 2026.
Thank you, Erin. There being no further formal business to conduct, the meeting is now adjourned. If you have any questions, we will take them now. As I mentioned before, we would appreciate you directing your questions to the matters addressed in our meeting.
Mr. Chairman, we have no questions.
Very good. Thank you, Erin. There being no further questions, I would like to thank you for attending our stockholder meeting and for your interest in and support of the company.
This concludes today's conference call. Thank you for participating, and you may now disconnect. Everyone, have a great day.